A second down throw for Bridgewater. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They go play action here on 1st down. Johnson with a completion over the middle. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Let's go. Play 90. Play 90.
Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. He's got time in the pocket. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Red zone opportunity. First down, here's a run with Peterson. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. The ball carrier there, Adrian Peterson, he turned 31 back in March.
But after his return from knee surgery a few years ago, that incredible return, I don't think we look at his number the same way as we do a lot of running backs who turn 30.
Yeah, I agree. And right now, standing 17th all-time in the NFL rushing ranks. And he's brought down. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
That's been a pretty darn good drive to start things off here in this game. Move the ball downfield well, and after that run, they're set up at 1st and goal.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. 1st and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Ball on the 3, 3rd down and goal. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
There are certain drives in the game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive.
Let's go.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. He's normally a sure thing down here, but Peterson denied near the goal line. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. And tough starting field position here. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And some space here. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. They'll run for the first time with Lacy. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Teddy Bridgewater, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. And he puts it through. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, what a move. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They go back to the air here after the INT. He's going to air one out. And they went big on 1st down. Proves unfruitful.
And for this offensive unit, Eddie Lacy, sometimes he even has the Auburn fans saying roll tide.
Now that's big right there, because for them to say that, wow, that tells you how good a talent he really is. When he gets rumbling, the field tilts in his favor.
Maybe I overstepped my bounds there a bit, but he's good.
Brandon, you never want to get in the middle of Alabama versus Auburn.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be 3rd down. Quickly now a look at the defensive starters for Minnesota.
Eric Kendricks is another one of those bloodline guys in the NFL. His brother Michael also plies his trade as a linebacker, and Eric's trying to show him he's the best in the family.
Completed pass on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down as the defense looks for the stop. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got time, and that is incomplete. Good job by the O-line. Quarterback had time to go through his checks. That's one you need to take advantage of.
A perfect situation, and they're unable to take advantage of it. When you have that much time to scan the field, you have to find an open receiver.
Pulled in at the 24. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. And he's got some space here. Oh, shifty. Whoa. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
What he's saying, I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs. They run again on 1st down. Peterson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll run with Peterson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
I know Adrian Peterson can run away from you in the open field, but he is not a guy that shies away from contact in goal line situations.
And this close to the goal line, they may turn to him again. They come out here in the eye. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They try again with Peterson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal.
Let's go. Play nice.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Partner, it's decision time now. I know it's still just the second quarter, but you have an opportunity to either kick the field goal or go for it and try and score a big-time touchdown. This is why the head coaches get paid the big bucks.
A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal.
Let's go. Play 90. Play 90.
On this, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Teddy Bridgewater. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Walsh now for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
They begin the drive with Lacy. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about a different style of running in order to get this guy going.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Caught by Nelson left side. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Third down now following the completed pass. Time to step aside. More from Minneapolis after this. So 1 yard to go here on 3rd down. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Finding time. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. It's the second rounder, Mackenzie Alexander. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. This will be caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. And there they went crossing route against his own defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone, sometimes you're throwing it between.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The 6-time Pro Bowler, Clay Matthews, in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. They come out here in the eye. On 2nd down, Peterson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 3rd and goal for Bridgewater. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Laquan Treadwell with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And it is now 21-0. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this will be a touchback, and as we saw in Week 1, the new rule, this one coming out to the 25-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Second down now after the incompletion. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Throwing is Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. That one good for 10 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Jonathan Newsome in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Tim Mastay now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. And now out comes Minnesota. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They come out here in the eye. Final play of the half, Bridgewater. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Packers get set to go. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Second down, Lacey. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
One receiver left, 2 to the right. Now Rodgers surveying the field. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Here's Tim Mastay now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They try to fire up the run game with Adrian Peterson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 11 on the gain there. And that leads to a Minnesota first down.
That run is what defenses don't like about dealing with Adrian Peterson. His ability to drop a shoulder and run through contact.
And he's amazing at keeping those strong legs going, isn't he?
For him, no run is ever truly over. I mean, he's actually not even convinced that when they blow the whistle, he's actually down. That's how he finishes runs in a big way.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
2nd down, Bridgewater. It's caught. Michael Pruitt. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. On the catch, it's Jarius Wright. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll get 19 yards there. And it'll give the Vikings a first down. Shift together here from the D-line. Bridgewater gives to his tailback, Peterson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. His throw caught right around the 6. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
So the offense has it, 6-yard line, 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield?
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Adrian Peterson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. He juked him. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3-and-out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Now it's Rodgers going for the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
One back is Lacy. He'll get the football here. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Open man, the tight end Rodgers. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
And Richard Rodgers makes the grab, and let's face it, it's going to follow him the rest of his career. The Hail Mary he caught to beat the Lions in 2015 in Detroit, pretty memorable play.
Those Lions fans, they just don't like you right now if they heard that.
I didn't mean to bring it up to, pull the Band-Aid off the wound there. I was just trying to praise Richard Rodgers. Yeah, they're going to be mad at me.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down. He'll set up the screen to Lacy. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. And they're going to speed things up here.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there. And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They go play action for Lacy. Now Rodgers. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Off the play fake to Lacy. Here's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A first-time Pro Bowler a year ago, Emerson Griffin, coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Tim Mastay now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And that last drive, a long drive. But not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Laquan Treadwell, 95 yards. And this Viking offense is running away with this one.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
No, she's
on, like, the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, if something got to go.
And he coughed it up. It gets it over the middle to Kyle. And the Vikings pick up the football. And now out comes Minnesota. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
I mean,
that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adrian Peterson, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Vikings. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
And quickly, they get to the line. They go play action here on first down, eluding the pressure right. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Lacy. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On play action, now Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
319. He's checking. 319. Easy. 319.
They run. It's Lacy. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And incomplete. Eddie Lacy, the one he was trying to get it to. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Richard Rodgers, that time. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. He usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on 3rd. A play fake to Starks. Now Rodgers. He's going to let this one go deep. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. And now Rodgers not pleased with the setup. He's going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now Rodgers, got to have this one. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. On 1st down, Rodgers. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete.
319! 319! Box it, boys! Flex! Jump out!
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So the defensive holding penalty here, Charles.
You get outside of 5 yards downfield, and you get grabby with an offensive player, the flag will come out every time.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. Rodgers now on 1st down. Caught by Nelson left side. Give them 13 on the pickup there. And it'll give the Packers a 1st down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Easy.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Rodgers now to throw. Caught on the right side by Adams. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
319!
Rodgers looking to throw him. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. He got it stripped. You can see the panic in his face from up here through the helmet. He was able to dive back on it.
A good bit of fortune for him, because oftentimes on a strip sack, when that ball is wrenched out of your grasp, it can go in any different direction. It can go way away from you. In this case, it didn't matter. He was able to get on it.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
So it'll be first down here after the run. And the quarterback is actually split out wide there in the Wildcat. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game. Brandon, you identified early that this game looked like it was going to be lopsided in favor of the winning team.
And then late in this one, you and I, we were digging at stuff, weren't we, to talk about, partner?